Next up, we'll have Representative Aaron Regunberg, who's going to address truth in state government.
Good enough? Well, thank you. My name is Aaron Regunberg, and I am proud to be a member of the resistance. I'm going to take a bit of a different approach today on the topic of truth, because while highlighting Trump's complete lack of financial transparency and his possible collusion with Russia is critically important, when I think about marching and demanding truth from Donald Trump, I also think we need to go wider and deeper, because the lies of this administration go wider and deeper to the millions and millions of Americans whose lives are going to be absolutely devastated by the greedy, immoral, shameful policies that Donald Trump, and let's not forget the entire Republican Congress, are so dishonestly pushing forward issue after issue in order to further engorge their billionaire benefactors. Take healthcare. Donald Trump and all the rest of the Republican Party have been promising for years a new healthcare system that provides affordable quality coverage to everyone. Well, there is actually a path to accomplish that. It's single-payer Medicare for all. Legislation I'm very proud to have introduced here alongside advocates from across our state. But that's not what Trump and the GOP put forward. What they put forward was the most cynical, disgusting proposal I can imagine, to throw 23 million Americans off their health coverage, to increase costs for millions and millions more, to take folks with pre-existing conditions and throw them under the bus. Unacceptable. And all of this to pay for tax cuts, self-serving tax cuts for the wealthiest in this country, to further the Republican goal of redistributing even more resources upward from hardworking Americans to bloated elites like Donald Trump and so many of his millionaire buddies in Congress. That is a truth that we need to make sure comes out. Take climate change. This week, Trump strode into the Rose Garden, and in effect, he told the rest of the world, he told all of us, and more than anything else, he told all of our children that our futures don't matter. By pulling the United States out of the Paris Climate Agreement, Trump and all the rest of the Republican Party have put each and every one of us at existential risk. And for what? Clean energy is not a danger to our economy, it is a boon to our economy. Solar today employs more Americans than coal, oil, and gas combined. The truth, again, comes down to elite self-interest. Transitioning to 100% renewable energy to save our species means a big profit loss for the oil and gas billionaires that run the Republican Party. And that profit loss means more to Donald Trump and Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan than all of our lives and all of our communities and all of our hope for tomorrow. That is a disgusting truth, and we need it to come out, because here's an even stronger truth. Our futures do matter. Our children's futures do matter, and we won't stop fighting for those futures. Healthcare, climate, now take working people. Donald Trump told working class voters that he was going to side with them. And a lot of them believed him. And you know what? I can't blame them. After 40 years of getting kicked around, after 40 years of privatization and union busting and bad trade deals and outsourcing and Wall Street deregulation and stagnant wages and rising inequality and falling life expectancies, after 40 years of that, those voters were willing to believe him. Well, there's a truth we need to come out on that. and it's that elite rich kid Trump and his made-in-China hats and his billionaire friends and the Wall Street advisors he's filling his administration with are taking all of those destructive, corrosive policies, putting them on steroids, and aiming them right at the heart of the middle class. That is a truth we need to come out. And to accomplish that, we need a new generation of Democrats, not just Democratic politicians, but Democratic activists and organizers and voters who are willing to speak the truth to our own party, who are willing to say that it's just as bad when Democrats bow and scrape to economic elites as when Republicans do it. And who are willing to fight for the only antidote to Trump's foul, racist, dishonest populism, which is a truthful, bold economic populism that puts working families and the middle class first over Wall Street gangsters and billionaires, and that commits to making government accountable to the people. So I could go on, but you get the idea. There may very well be crimes that have been committed by Trump and his team related to Russia, and we've got to keep up the pressure with calls, with emails, with organizing, and with rallies like this to make sure justice there is done. And at the same time, we need to keep up our organizing on the other foundational crimes Trump and the GOP are committing against working families, against folks who are trying to get health coverage, against our planet and our children's future. Those crimes need to be at the heart of our resistance, whether they're coming out of Washington, D.C., or whether they're coming out of this building behind me, whether we're talking about Paris or we're talking about Burrillville. There's a lot of work to do, and I look forward to continuing to resist and to fight alongside each and every one of you. Thank you for being here.